Hi everyone, Andrey Sokurec here and
Alex Zelandik, we're here filming the as-is property today.
okay, as a real estate investor, it's not your job to fix up every house because fixing homes is risky. So you have to make the best decision for your money. So this particular case, we want to show you where you should not do the rehab on a house. But before we proceed, we're going to break it down, how we got this deal. I see a lot of people complaining without taking action, complaining that there are no deals, which is simply not true because we buy 30 to 50 homes every month here right in Twin Cities. We fix them up and resell. In this particular house, we decided not to do a resale. But let's go to Alex. How did you find this deal?
Again, I really like to hear there are no deals. Where do you get your deals? You spend so much money on billboards and advertising. Of course, you get all these deals. So this particular one, I personally purchased on the auction from the Hennepin County forfeited property auction that was sitting online for a month for everybody to see, estimate, decide, verify, check, decide to buy or not to buy. It was available for everybody.
So everyone had the chance to buy it, not just us. And did you actually have to go to auction? And
these days they're pretty much online. There are some photos to give you a good idea. However, they did showings for people to come in and actually do a better research. I'm sorry I didn't have time, but I have a little more experience, so it was okay for me at this point. But about 15, 20 years ago, I was visiting every house to make sure that I know what I'm buying.
so note that every county has an auction of tax forfeited properties. So like right now we're in Hennepin County, but there are auctions at Ramsey, Scott, like every county has homes for sale. And if you're new to real estate investing, I would suggest to go out and check every single property, bring a contractor or bring a mentor or someone who can walk you through those homes so you can understand how much it costs to fix it, what kind of risk. And even though like if you're not going to buy a house or if you will not be able to buy a house, at least you can go through the exercise. Estimate the repair cost, estimate your profit, estimate your maximum allowable offer, so you get more experience. If you don't do anything, you're not going to get anything. So you have to take action in order to succeed in real estate. So let's walk through the numbers. What was your process? How you estimated the price? How you estimated repairs?
Obviously, it is a little easier for us because we are in this business full-time every day for the last almost 20 years. So I knew that here in this particular town, in Crystal, there is no properties under 200,000. This one is in poor condition. However, in the last 2 years, there was no properties sold under 200. Therefore, I felt pretty confident that if I can buy it for no more than 150 grand, I should be able to put at least 50 to match the properties that were sold for 200, or if I put more, it's going to be a superior product. So I made my own maximum allowable offer, 150,000, and I was able to get it.
Okay, so and the point also, you don't need to see every single property. If you have a little bit more experience, you can estimate the value based on standard numbers. So let's take a look. Let's say we look at this property. With this house, it's much easier because you pretty much need to change everything. And if you have average price for everything, you can come up with a really good rough estimate. So Alex, look in this house, look at the picture, walk us through the process.
So rough numbers, because I have no idea about the square footage of the property. I have no idea about the repairs that are hidden inside. I would say on average, the roof is going to be around 15,000. Siding is going to be another 20. Then we need windows, depending on the sizes and quantity of them, 5 to 10 grand on the windows. I think we need a full kitchen, that's about 10. We need flooring, that's another 5. We need paint and wall preparation, that's another 5 to 10 probably. We need electrical and plumbing, because everything must be done by licensed technicians, so that you can advertise that it's been fully renovated by professionals. We in Minnesota, so we really need new heating and air conditioning at that point. Air conditioning and furnace, about 7,000. That's our number that we get here. There may be some additional costs, permitting, dumpsters, demolition, landscaping. I would say 25%. on top of the 80 that we calculated is going to be a very good rough estimate. It might go a little higher, but we're still okay because we are purchasing it for the lowest amount that the city has seen in the last 2 years.
Yeah, so like if we take a rough estimate, you start with exterior, then you go to interior and use our standard cost. And then on top of that, to make it process faster, we add 25%, 10% contingency for anything that we missed, and also 15% for miscellaneous like light fixtures, permit fees, cleaning, etc. So if you take $80,000 plus add 25%, how much will it be?
About 100 grand.
So that's what we estimate without even seeing the house inside. Okay, and let's share the process, how we analyze the deal. Because as a real estate investor, we don't need to fix every house. Some of the houses you have to get in and get out because of a risk factor. Your repairs can be more. Interest rate can change. Real estate prices can stumble. It depends if you're in spring market or in your summer market. So how did you make decision and what to do with this house?
So we got this property, I got this property at 150 grand. Because we are right now in summer, the renovation of this project is gonna take about 3 months.
But hold on, don't tell them how much we're going to sell it for. We got an offer, it's a pending, but don't tell them like how much we're going to sell it. So let them estimate, like if you're watching this video, put a comment below how much you think we're going to sell this property for. It's a like 900 square feet home.
Oh, it's a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom. So I think after everything's been done, it's gonna be more than 1,000 square feet, but less than 2,000.
Okay, 1,200 square feet home, fully renovated, $100,000 renovation, and we decided not to do repairs. We decided to pass this to a smaller contractor who has time to do everything himself.
Because we're in seasonal market in Minnesota, our prices in March can be 5 to 10% higher than prices in the fall, like October or November. Therefore, it makes sense to get rid of the property because it's going to be a 3-month project, and by the time we sell it, it's going to be November. Therefore, we decided to test the market for as is value, and if it doesn't happen, then we will be forced to do it, but then it's going to be a whole different project. So for right now, it's been listed in this condition as is. I'm not going to tell you the price.
All right, so if you're watching this video, write down in the comment below, how much do you think we should sell the house for? What should we price it? And what is the minimum we should sell this property for before we make a decision to fix it up ourselves?
I will also tell you why we decided to do it, because there are other ways to increase the profit for as-is property.
Okay, so let's to make it a little bit easier. So you paid how much for this property?
$150,000.
$150,000. We expect that rehab is going to be about $105,000. Okay, and so you have to come up with the after repaired value and what we should sell this property for. Correct?
For as-is, in as-is shape, so that we can pass it to the next investor or contractor who's going to do it and just take a as-is profit and move on to the next project.
All right, let's go inside. We can see the property, we can see the condition. This house is not different than any other homes, and we're going to go really quickly because the house smells bad. It's not the best house to be in. Okay, but let's go.
All right, so we got the flooring, we got the walls, windows. Again, it's very easy with these properties because you don't need to guesstimate what are you gonna do. Everything needs to be done. The foundation isn't too bad, the frame isn't too bad, therefore we decided that it's a decent purchase. Obviously, cosmetics will need to be completely redone. So as you can see, money don't smell. There's a lot of hard work to be done, but the hardwood is gonna be refinished. It's not beyond a restoration shape. New bathroom, new kitchen will make this property shine. So obviously for us it's a little bit easier because we have quite a bit of experience, but you don't have to do it very fast and online only. Come see the property, do the comps, do the repair estimates, and the cheaper the property, even though it's in poor shape, the more likely we'll have more buyers because it's gonna be easier to market it and easier to find the buyer that's willing to put the sweat equity into it.
Right, we're going to wrap up this video. However, in the next video, we're going to talk about how you can increase your profit being a bank and finance the other contractor, so you can make money without flipping or fixing up a home. You can finance the other person, and the message to you: the property is available. You just have to take action. So take action, make your first offer. Even if you don't buy a house, at least you get moving, you got practice, estimate maximum allowable offer, estimate your offer, talk to private lenders, and remember that real estate will give you freedom you deserve. Thank you for watching this video. Put comments down below, read them all, and we're going to produce another video to tell you how you can structure seller finance deals and get deals with no money and no risk, or limited risk.